to Encoder Fashion. I'm Rose, and today I'm so happy to share with you guys with my favorite sewing machine. It's called Brother CS-6000i. Again, I own this sewing machine for over 10 years, and I found some pro and con about this machine. I'm gonna share with you guys this pro and con, as well as how to use this sewing machine. So, pro and con about this sewing machine. I want to share the pro part first, okay? I love the machine. I own this machine for more than 10 years now, okay? The machine still so great. I sew not only my home sewing, I also sew for my school project. It's super cool. It comes with, just like I showed you earlier, regular foot, invisible zipper foot. Also comes with a buttonhole foot that's so useful, guys. Don't get me wrong, I can do hand sewing, but with this sewing machine, make hand sewing like almost impossible. So anything you need to sew with, use this sewing machine. Quilting, your children's clothes ripped, or your husband pants need to be hemmed because he, when he buy long pants and he won't change to short, you just cut and then hem it up. That simple. You don't have to go to alteration store and get the hem done. You just get the pen out and sew it. So that's the pro thing about this machine. Lasts long. You can sew pretty much most average thick fabric and thin fabric, and come with a sewing buttonhole foot that you can actually use it for make the buttonhole for shirt. Now I want to share with you about cons, okay? Are you guys ready? Okay. This machine hates thick fabric. For example, if you want to hem your husband jean, again, go back to jean part. You have to sew it super slow, and when it comes to the seam, jean we have inside seam and outside seam. When you come to the seam, you have to bypass those seams, okay, and make the jean look crappy. And sometimes the machine, if you sew it fast on the jean, it's jump of shoes stitches ahead, and that looks horrible. Another thing I want to share is, if you have a thick stretchy fabric, that's also, the machine, it's not its favorite, okay? It hates it, thick fabric and super stretched thick fabric. But for the most part, if you home sewing, you don't really sew a lot of thick or stretchy anyway, but I just want to let you know the truth about this Brother sewing machine, okay? And that's my experience of using the machine for over 10 years. I hope this pro and con about the machine help you guys decide whether what machine is fit for you, okay? On how to place the bobbin into the sewing machine. First, you pick up the bobbin. My bobbin right now already has the thread in here. And then, before you place the bobbin into the machine, make sure, you see how I pull the thread? If I hold the bobbin right now in my left hand, okay, and then you see this thread right here, it's over and to the right side of the bobbin, okay? It's not under. This right here is under. We don't want that. We want it over, okay? So over this thread to the right. If you hold it this way, it looks like a little P, but it's backward little P. That correct way for you to place the bobbin into the machine. So now place the bobbin into your machine, and then you would, you see my right hand still hold onto that thread tail, so I'm gonna swift it to the left and then follow the arrow and then swift it under here, and then right here you pull it off. Because at this right here have that tiny blade right there is super useful, guys. So now after I place the bobbin into the machine, I'm gonna put the cover, the bobbin cover, that slight plastic. You insert this tip, you see this tip right here have like a tiny hook. You kind of insert it in here and then push it down on the right hand side here. And when you heard that click right there, now your job is done with the bobbin, okay? So I'm gonna show you how to thread the machine, and then another tip about how we can actually begin a sewing with as smooth as possible, okay? So now we're gonna go to the threading part. Begin by place the spool of thread behind the machine here. Then pull the thread up, put it to the right of the pole, and then turn it back to the left. Next, hold on to the thread both ends. You put under here and then you just brought it up until you touch the top here. And now it's going through that hook right there. And now we're gonna pull it forward to number 2, okay? So we continue to number 2 by hold on the thread again and then place it down along, and then you would swift it to the right and then pull it back up. Now you see this hook right here, right there. You just put the thread in that hole and then kind of shift it to the right a little bit to get that hook between. See this hook right? Let me show you. So if you look at closely here, you see this hook moving right there. That's the hook I'm talking about. So you just put the hook like about halfway from the top there, and then you kind of shift the thread to the right, and it just falls into the hook automatically. It's that easy. Now we're gonna pull it down here to number 5, and I'm gonna show you the number 5. So now we come down to number 5. We're gonna again hold the thread with both ends, and then you just put in the hook right there, right above the needle, okay? So now after we insert the thread into the hook above the needle, we are going to use a tweezer to grab the tip of the thread and then insert it to the needle. I recommend you like put down the foot of the machine to give you more room, and now you just insert. Again, if the thread kind of a little bit puffed up, when you hold down the thread long enough, it's kind of untangled and puffed up, you just nip the tip off again, and then you use the tweezer to grab it and then insert just like that, okay? And then you just pull it backward just like that. Now you're gonna lift the foot up again, and this is important part, guys. See right here, use your hand to wheel on the machine forward to get this needle down so we can hook the thread from the bobbin up, okay? So now you see the thread just come up like that, and what you're gonna do, you put this green thread, the green thread from the needle between the foot, and then guide it behind the foot, as well as the thread from the bobbin, but you just guide the thread from the bobbin to the back. And now threading the machine and place the bobbin into the machine is complete. Now we're going to change the foot from regular foot to an invisible foot, and I'm gonna show you how to do that. So one hand hold on to the foot, and the other hand, if you feel behind right here, behind the foot hole, you will feel like a one bud right there. You push toward you. Look, let me show you. You push that toward you, and boom. You see how the foot just fell off like that? And now we're going to get an invisible foot. With this invisible foot, you have left and right, okay? When we sew one way, we will switch the foot to left or right, however which way you want to sew the foot. But at this point, I'm going to show you how to insert this foot into your machine, okay? So one hand hold on to the foot, and this time you pick this foot up, and again push that butt behind the foot pole toward you, and then lift the foot up, and it just clip right in just like that. Next, I'm going to show you what function that I use for the regular sewing as well as for the invisible zipper foot sewing. So when you first turn on your machine, you will see the 0, 0 right here. We don't want that. We want it till 0, 1, okay? And to the right here is the stitch length. And we want the stitch length, default is 2.5. You can sew 2.5 or go with 3.0, excuse me. Then below there is the gear for the machine. So the machine comes with 1 is slow and 2 is medium. And when you move, you can feel this kind of glitch, and it just want to stay there. That's where you should place, okay? So let me show you one more time. So that's the slowest, and this right here kind of have like a click right there, and that's a medium. And to the fastest, I would recommend you to put to the fastest. If you're familiar with sewing for a while, then you know the machine has the full capacity, and then you would use your foot to manipulate the speed. For example, while I'm sewing, I use my foot to whether I want it to sew fast or slow. But again, this is just my experience of using the machine. You can put slow, medium, however you like. But for me, I put it to the fast, and then I manipulate the speed with my foot, okay? My foot pedal. So now after that, one more function that's very important, and I use it all the time. Come down here, right here, kind of like a U-turn function. That is a back tack. You can call it back tack or back stitch for the sewing, okay? I use it all the time. When I begin sewing, I would hit that button to give me the back stitch. And at the end of my sewing, I use that button as well to give me the back stitch, okay? Next, I want to show you this right here. My favorite. Stitch tension. So the stitch tension is depend on how thick or how thin the fabric is. Again guys, also depend on the thread too if you want it more complicated. But for this point, I just want to give you what I use all the time is 3.5, between 4 and 3, just half right there. For most fabric like cotton, quilt, medium, average thick fabric. If you sew the thin fabric, I recommend use number 3. The thin fabric, we don't want it too tight, and then it gets that. Those this. You can tell when the stitch is really tight and not really listen to the fabric. It's not really suiting to the fabric. You don't want that. You want the stitch to suiting to the fabric, okay? And I recommend for thin fabric, go for 3. And you can also play around too. I just want you to know my average sewing fabric, I use between 4 and 3, okay?
Thanks Designista for watching. I'm Rose, and you can design anything.